des longes clés.
I don't know the French words to it.
Ave réfléchissons la mer, et réfléchissons sur la plage.
Be honest. How much of that was gibberish?
Oh, no, I learned it.
I know you did.
After this episode, I was like, I'm going to learn that one.
It's good. It's a good one.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Lost, Season 1, Episode 12.
Whatever the case may be.
This
Wink.
is one of the particularly better episode titles.
Yeah.
I just find myself repeating it over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm going to show my hand. I think that this episode ends in a good place.
Yeah.
But getting there, I find it to be borderline insufferable.
Sure.
Are you there? I thought you were going to fight me.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to fight you. And it's very specifically for the fact that Shannon is just completely victimized on all sides in this episode. And for like half of it, it's based on an arbitrary deadline that doesn't exist.
I didn't even pick up that. That's a good point.
Yeah, you gotta get your... Because, like, first Boone calls her useless. Which...
We're back to... Yeah, I want to give you this, but we're back to the, like, pilot part 1 and part 2 characterization where she just is seemingly sociopathic.
Yeah.
Because Boone accosts her in a vacuum and tells her that she's useless for the 37th time, which is impressive because this is only episode 12. And it's so strange watching her have this desire to want to help, or you can tell that she feels misunderstood. Mm-hmm. But it's like, baby, you are quite literally being useless, though. And I wish it was coming from literally anywhere other than the man in her life that has defined her every character trait.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that she had chosen to do this of her own volition, or Sayid had sort of enticed her or something. And it just, like, it's so anyways. Pick back up where you were.
She then, like, leans in harder to being useless so that everyone else is moving up the beach because the beach camp is being swiftly washed away by apparently a freak tide. Like, it's faster and higher than they've seen
Which
so
of
far.
all the things that do and do not pay off, this one pays off in one of the weirder, better ways of anything that
Yeah.
You don't even realize that it's like a mystery.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. So she's like sunbathing, like, while everyone else is working, and Sayid approaches her first to tell her to be careful because they're much closer to the equator than she's used to, and she might get sunburned. And it's sort of cute. She's sort of like, I've got a good base already. Like, don't even worry about it. And then he's like, actually, I thought I could use your help. And she kind of leans back in. Or no, it's not till later that she says, haven't you heard I'm completely useless? But he basically wants her help translating the French on the papers that he stole from Rousseau. And so...
He brings honey to the table to meet Boone's vinegar.
Exactly. Who are you going to choose? Boone with your jealous fucking eyeballs at the end of the episode? I see you, villain. I see you.
So weird.
So weird. And I don't believe we get a Shannon and Boone episode until like 5-6 more episodes.
It's next.
Is it?
Yeah. Hearts and Minds.
Okay. It's not clear by the synopsis.
Central character Boone.
Dope. So she is like helping Sayid with this. What seems to be like it's going to be like a relatively long-term thing. And he is picking and pressuring her so hard.
It's the same as the last one.
Are you sure? What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
What about this one? Something about this.
Okay, just give me some room, okay? There's something about this that is so familiar.
You've been telling me what sounds very much like nonsense for the past hour, and now it seems familiar?
Okay, A, I told you that my French sucks. And B, this isn't my nonsense, okay?
And I'm like, I get that you want to know what this says and what's happening, but like, there is no time limit on this. It doesn't matter to you at all how fast this happens.
Not for nothing, she mentions that the French woman that they're all taking on faith as real on this island could have potentially lost her mind in the 15 years interim.
And he just is like, well, it has to be this. It has to be about longitude and latitude. And
Whatever.
she's like...
To which Shannon says, whatever the case may be.
Please. So it just is like, that's the, like, yes, Shannon is being useless. However, the half of it with Sayid, I'm like, there is no cause for you to be this amped up about whatever this is. Like, she's the only one that's here that potentially speaks even a little bit of French. Give her the time she needs.
There's a real sense of urgency, none of which is being put into finding Claire.
Because Boone even claims that he and Locke are going out searching for Claire. No, the fuck they're not.
They're lying and deceiving.
So no one's looking for Claire.
It's infuriating.
Yeah.
I
forgot.
I think subconsciously I picked up on it the first time, but I'm like, no one, save for Charlie, is nearly concerned enough.
But he's also not doing anything either. He's just moping and wallowing until Rose has to be like, get off your ass and
Well,
help.
she comes in hot with like the mystic older black woman trope.
Yeah.
You think he's still alive?
I know he is.
How?
I just do. It's a fine line between denial and faith. It's much better on my side.
It is one of my more preferred of the problematic tropes. I do enjoy it.
It's at least not offensive.
not in like a negative ways.
Yeah, it's like a helpful stereotyping.
But it's just sort of.
We also actually this episode does like a lot of little things because we also remember that Michael, where we like find out and are reminded that Michael is the only one that knows that Sun speaks English.
Right. Because she's
listening. She can hear everything.
She's borderline like bringing the plants like while they're having the conversation.
It's so funny.
But no, Rose comes in and it's like the tone of it is nice, but when you actually dissect it, Charlie. I've noticed the last 3 episodes I've said this, and I'm going to keep saying it. Their trauma is compounding interest daily.
Yeah.
Not only is there the plane crash and the stranded on a desert island,
there's the heroin withdrawal. And he was hanged.
Kidnapped!
And his pregnant girlfriend is missing.
And so Rose comes in with some good old-fashioned Mary Margaret, once upon a time, you just gotta have hope platitudes. And look, praying, especially in this flavor of praying Christianity, is nice.
I will also say it does call back to Charlie being religious, which I like that swept over my head the whole time.
No, it is nice. It's not particularly useful in a way that the episode pretends that it like acts like I mean, and I'm like, I guess.
I think it's emotionally helping Charlie, but Claire is still missing and literally no one's doing anything.
And on top of that, they're moving location. So if by any chance she were able to escape, she can't go home. I mean, I guess she was in the caves, but
it's also still the beach. It's just up 100 yards. It's not like they're...
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. I'm just saying. It's like you have someone missing and you decide to move camp.
Yeah. Well, they have to. It's getting washed away.
Sure. But there's this like... I will say that Evangeline Lilly and Josh Holloway are... they have chemistry and are beautiful and fun to watch.
It's electric, as far as I'm concerned.
To watch, I keep wanting to say loaf, and it's not loafing, but play about, like flirt and
frolic.
There you go. That was the one. Frolic about like nymphs in the garden. But then they find, and it's so funny too, because Jack brings up the antibiotics, but because I'm like, he's just swimming in this like water, and it's like, I mean, they've sort of said that it's fresh water, but and also because we've been charting this show's place in history, like television history, and at the very least these underwater scenes aren't done in a swimming pool on a soundstage. I mean, they are, but it's like at least murky water. But they find dead bodies, and I was sort of like, I mean, I know it's been time. Is that water clean?
So it's a big enough body of water it's in motion that I don't think they should be drinking it by the gallon, but just swimming in it is probably fine.
Okay. And so he grave robs.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of grave robbing in this episode because what Kate and Jack do would get them sicker than what Kate and Sawyer do.
Okay. And that's another thing about Kate and piggybacking off of. I can't stress enough. I don't really have this problem. It's not glaring, but I do think that there is a subtle 2000s misogyny because Kate has that cool girl thing. She's not like a regular girl. Yeah. She's a cool girl. You know what I mean?
That goes into how Shannon is villainized for what she is. And it's like, again, she's wearing an absurd outfit. But again,
this is the most practical one she's worn. The like pink shawl and the skirt. It's the most practical thing she's worn to date.
She also, like, again, I can't stress enough that I think those are just the clothes she packed. So, like, that's just what she has available.
And so, I find this Kate plot. It's illuminating in that we do find out that she is a criminal proper, which, I mean, we assumed, but we get to witness it.
Yeah.
She has, we don't quite have confirmation, but she has admitted to murder. Manslaughter. Well, she's admitted to manslaughter.
She said the man I killed.
Which could be.
I mean, I just like, again, with the like minor spoilers. She didn't kill him.
I mean,
it's one of those things where it's like,
what do you think happened? Because I think that she lit the house on fire of her abusive stepfather.
That's not what she's talking about in this episode.
Okay.
She's like, they belong to the man I loved, the man I loved, the man I killed.
Who is?
I think it was like a boyfriend who died in relation to one of her actions, but she didn't shoot someone in the face.
Okay.
It's a very, like, you're taking guilt on board that you don't need to have.
Okay.
Yeah. From what I remember.
I'll cut that out, but so those elements are illuminating and character informing, but it's largely just a gigantic waste of time because what is in the case? They find the case, whatever the case may be. They find it. Sawyer, once he figures out she wants it, immediately goes back to his weird mind games and won't give it to her. It is very funny watching him try to break into it and then her jack it from him.
Hysterical.
Hey! Hey! Don't even think about it.
That's very funny, but it's like there's all of this hubbub, and then we get Jack, and he's kind of at his he's getting to the end of his rope, and he's proverbially grabbing her by the shoulders and shaking her.
Well, there's she just keeps lying.
It's like she's pathological. And it ends up that it's like a sentimental token. And it's like nothing that you have put yourself or anybody else through this episode is worth that.
The little tiny airplane toy?
And so just watching this, I'm like, and again, I'm like, Claire is still missing.
Yeah.
And so, there's... Is that really it?
I think that is mostly it, yeah.
I feel like there's more. There feels like there's more, but...
Well, Jack has a scene with Sawyer about giving him the case. He's like... Because that's when he says the antibiotic. He's like, if you don't give me the case, I'm
There's money, there's guns, there's bullets, which those are in play now? The guns? I mean, Jack has them?
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point, I think they get stolen again.
Uh-huh.
Regardless.
Son is working on... Someone's got to be...
holding down the fort.
Someone's got to be taking care of shit in a practical long-term way. So she's at least going into medicine.
Yeah.
Like,
and then Kate and Jack dig up the air marshal because the key is in his wallet, and Kate tries to like sneak it away, and Jack's like, I fucking saw you, dumbass. And then all the flashbacks are basically Kate involved in this bank robbery, and in which she has triple crossed everybody because she just wants this stupid plane.
but it's like, this is, so now she has like completely life and death stakes derailed other people for this dumbass plane.
Yeah.
Because she did it then, and she's doing it now. It's like, yeah, like I said, it's kind of infuriating when you actually get down to it.
It's not amazing. Plus, she has alienated, I mean, not for long, because I think she has beer-flavored
nipples. I was going to say that watching this episode.
But she has alienated Sawyer and Jack because of this whole rigmarole. I don't know. It's just sort of like, why? Why are we doing it?
So it ends with Shannon. I always thought it was so, I mean, I guess it's in character for Shannon to not have taken on board the movie. I'm like, because it's Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
And this is ABC. Not that you have to pay to name drop something.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of like, why wouldn't they have her be like, 2003's Oscar Academy Award winning Pixar
Nemo.
epic Finding Nemo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
She just is like that cartoon movie about
the computer
fish.
one with the dumb fish. And this bullshit kid I was meant to be taking care of. But she sings It's Somewhere Beyond the Sea is the song.
Yeah.
Which
in French.
the end of Finding Nemo, she says it's dubbed,
Yeah.
but the end of it is sung by Robbie Williams, who I love, and it's a particularly nice rendition of one of the greatest songs ever.
It's a beautiful song. Bobby Darin.
And she actually has a very sweet voice.
It's nice, yeah. I like
When
it.
she sings it. It's very
Clear.
yeah, very clear, and her French was half decent. So
We also found out in the last episode that she's only 20. Mm-hmm. Which
noteworthy.
it feels noteworthy.
So yeah, okay. Well, we are going to watch the next episode, but it probably won't be right now. It'll probably be later. However, that won't factor in for you
Not at
one iota.
Except I'll be wearing a different top.
Maybe depends on how long we take.
We can't take that long.
How many laundry cycles are we gonna?
Yeah, let's see.
So bye.
Bye.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Somewhere beyond the sea.